Will Oklahoma do it to Texas once again? And do they have a mental edge over the Longhorns in big softball games such as this one? Happy Saturday, 2 p.m. on ABC today. It's the Sooners and Longhorns in a huge game for Oklahoma, a huge game for Texas, and a huge game for college softball as well. How are we feeling on this Saturday? What's your score prediction? Drop it in the comments. What's your biggest key to the game? Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video for more OU and Women's College World Series content. But it's a beautiful day in Oklahoma City. We get to play softball today in front of the entire country. I love the Saturday ABC game, and Oklahoma is in it once again. Beat UCLA in this game last year, and whoo boy, what a big day for softball. 2 of the past 3 championship series have been Oklahoma and Texas, and now they get that ABC window on Saturday. The entire country will be watching. I think it's just a huge opportunity and a huge day for college softball. Can't wait to be out at Devon Park. I call it Hall of Fame Stadium today. So if you see me, say what's up. Would love to meet all you guys, and thank you for helping grow this channel. Okay, let's start here. What's our pitching matchup going to be today? What's that going to look like? Well, interesting to note that Teagan Kavan was not good against Oklahoma the first time around. She started game 1 and she started game 3 in that series in Norman. Game 1, 2 1/3, 6 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Teagan Kavan she did not perform well. Probably one of her least impressive starts of the entire year in game 1, and she was handed the loss in that game. Game 3, she comes back and starts again, and if that start wasn't great in game 1, if that was her worst start of the year in game 1, then I think game 3 was even worse. 2 innings pitched, just 2 innings for Teagan Kavan, 8 earned runs, 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 4 walks in that game 3 start for Teagan Kavan. So, will she start against OU today? Well, clearly Texas had the day off, just like Oklahoma did. Teagan Kavan, I think, is their best. Yes, they've got Citlali Gutierrez. Yes, they've got Mac Morgan as well. But I'm going to guess that even though she struggled against Oklahoma in the regular season, she did have a very good start Thursday against Florida. I'm going to guess that Texas brings back Teagan Kavan in the circle once again. And that's big because I think that OU has a mental edge as a program over Texas. And I'll talk more about that in a few minutes. But how does Teagan Kavan feel about facing this OU lineup today? Because she really hasn't, in her career, as far as I can remember, going back to last year, not a ton of success against this OU lineup. So it's going to be a tall task for her today. But if I'm guessing who Texas has in the circle, I'm guessing they're saying, with a day off, I know she hasn't performed well recently, but she's going to have to beat Oklahoma at some point for us to win a national championship. If not this year, then in the coming years, we're going to put our best out there and see what happens. Won't be shocked if it's Gutierrez. Won't be shocked if it's Mac Morgan or somebody else. But my guess is it's Teagan Kavan. And I'm going to guess that this OU offense probably feels pretty good about their chances of facing her once again. In the circle for OU, I'm going to guess it's Sam Landry. Patty Gasso's done some things in the circle before that surprised us in this tournament. And more times than not, it certainly works out. But I'm going to guess after a day's rest, you bring back Sam Landry against Texas. Game 1 against Texas in the regular season, she threw a complete game, got the win, 2 earned runs for Sam, 6 runs were allowed, just 2 of those were earned, 7 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. And then game 3 of the series, she came in relief and gave you 3 2/3 innings, allowing just 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Hopefully we get the best version of Sam Landry today. I think I can speak for all of us. I know that there's a couple of Texas fans in the comments that hoping that Sam Landry doesn't give you her best performance of the year. But I do think that this Saturday AB spot is interesting because when I think of the Saturday ABC game in the Women's College World Series, recency bias, sure, but I go back to last year where Kelly Maxwell seemingly on that day just turned into a completely different pitcher. She was good before. She was the team's ace, but she elevated to a level that was incredible in front of the entire country against the UCLA Bruins and was everything you needed her to be to get that critical win over UCLA. I'm hoping Sam Landry rises to the occasion today. And clearly she's been good. I think she's been the MVP of this team throughout the year. But let this be the moment where she turns in her best performance of the entire year against a really good offense, just like Kelly Maxwell did last year. Because we have seen pitchers a lot of times in the Women's College World Series for OU where they had a good regular season, but they just turn into a different pitcher when it comes time to really put it together in the Women's College World Series. So clearly that's what I'm hoping today. My guess on the matchup is Sam Landry versus Teagan Kavan, but again, Patty Gasso has done some things unexpected at times in this tournament, and it's worked out. And whatever they go with today, hopefully that works out. Biggest key for me today, fast start. Get the crowd into it. Karen Weekly wanted to remind everyone, not once, but twice, that 9,900 people were against her Tennessee Vols. All right, yeah, it's an advantage. There will be an overwhelming OU crowd. There will be 10,000 plus fans there today. And the tickets aren't cheap, by the way. I looked earlier this morning. They're around $120 or $130 just to get in for bad seats. That's before they get you with the fees, by the way. The place is going to be packed with OU fans. Everybody wants to go to the game today. So let that crowd be a part of it. And a great way to let that crowd get into it is to have a fast start. And I'm not asking for 8 runs in the first 2 innings. I'm not asking for to be in run rule territory by the time the 4th inning comes around. But get some runs across early. Make some great defensive plays early. Sam Landry looks sharp early. Don't fall behind immediately 6 pitches into the game like you did against Tennessee. Control the pace of this game. Get your crowd into it. And don't let Texas have any confidence. Because Texas has not played well against Oklahoma in these spots in OKC. I think that there's a chance they could get rattled today, especially with that crowd. So give them a reason to really get in this game and really be loud today. Don't give Texas any confidence. They can't have a ton of confidence against OU kind of in big games like this because they haven't performed well. Jump on top early, look like you're playing really good softball early, get that crowd into it, get that crowd behind you. I think that could make a very big difference today. Want to talk about mental edge. I think it's a key today, and I absolutely believe in it in sports. I think Oklahoma softball has a mental edge over Texas, and let me explain exactly what I mean. Has OU had the more talented teams recently? Yes. Have they been the better coached team recently? Clearly, yes. I believe that as well. But Texas is supremely talented. They've got really good players, such as Mia Scott. We know what they've got in the circle as well. Teagan Kavan is fantastic. Reese Atwood, maybe the best catcher for the past couple of years in all of college softball. Texas has a ton of talent, and clearly they've been good enough to make it to 2 of the past 3 championship series. And if not for Oklahoma, Texas might be the best program in the sport right now. But Oklahoma has been in there. And Oklahoma has routinely been in Texas' way. And Texas just, they're never able to come up with its best performance against OU. And I think that that's a credit to Oklahoma because I think when the games are in Norman or when the games are in Oklahoma City and the games aren't in Austin with that annoying horn, Oklahoma really takes it to Texas. You saw it this year when they swept the regular season series in Norman. You've seen it recently in Oklahoma City. And I think it's a factor today, and I think that there's a chance once again you see the mental edge that's at play. Oklahoma just expects to beat Texas. Like, we beat Texas, that's what we do. I think Texas hopes to beat Oklahoma. And really the only times that they've beaten Oklahoma is with an annoying horn in Austin, Texas, when they've got their own home crowd behind them. They won't have the home crowd today, just like they didn't have the home crowd in Norman. Maybe Texas is ready to get over that hump. Maybe Texas feels like after really being in a tough spot against Clemson and they overcame that and then they beat Florida, like they're about to play their best softball of the year today. Maybe that's the case, but I do think that there's a mental edge going into this thing, and I think that mental edge favors Oklahoma. Just like I think Michigan currently has a mental edge over Ohio State in football, and I think that you've seen that over the course of the past few years. Just like I feel like OU had a huge mental edge over Texas from 2000 to 2004 in the Cotton Bowl. Texas in a lot, some of those games certainly had the overall more talented roster, but they routinely cowered down to Oklahoma when they met in the second Saturday of October. And Oklahoma won every single game from 2000 to 2004. One was really close. A couple of those were in blowout fashion. So I believe in that, and I think that could be a factor today. And I think that crowd's going to be absolutely insane. And if the crowd is really into it today, which I think that they're going to be, of course, that could be a big factor in this game, no doubt about it. Tennessee looked good last night against Florida. They'll be moving on. The Gators, a good softball team, but they're already going home. Ole Miss is going home as well, so 2 SEC teams already leaving Oklahoma City. And before I get out of here, and again, I want to hear what you guys think. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Your score prediction, drop your biggest key. I'll give my score prediction in just a second. I got jacked up Thursday, as I do after a big win. You guys know me by now and how I operate. But I did say during the video that I'm so jacked up right now, but there's probably something that I'm going to forget to include in this little post-game wrap-up. And I did because I was so jacked up. So, obviously, huge hit by Ella Parker. Biggest moment of her career so far. I'm not in any way going to say today that that's the biggest moment that Ella Parker's ever going to have at OU. She's going to have plenty of big moments, and she might have one today. Ilana Agbayani, want to give credit to her for her walk in the 7th inning. You were down 2 runs, not 1 run. You were down 2 runs. You needed base runners in the top of the 7th, especially early on in the bottom of the 7th to get that momentum going. Ilana Agbayani got on base. Hannah Kaur had a huge double play in the outfield. There weren't a whole lot of sparks of momentum for OU in that game. Hannah Kaur gave you that with the big double play that she made in the outfield. Nelly had a huge defensive play in that game, knocking down a hard hit ball down the line, getting the force out at third base, and then the super smooth double play that you turned in the top of the 7th inning to keep that at a 2-score game. I think Cassidy Pickering makes that play 99 times out of 100. You can't have the pass ball that happened in the first inning. You'd like to have those 2 things back, but when the defense needed to be good, the defense was very, very good and helped keep you always at a 2-run game and at arm's reach against Tennessee. So I wanted to give credit to that. Here's my prediction today. OU's hit Teagan Kavan hard this year, and I think that they're going to have success once again. I don't think that they're going to chase her after 2 innings. I think Kavan will probably have a bit of a better start than she did the last 2 times she faced the OU lineup, but I think OU is going to score today. I think Texas is going to score today as well. I think that you're going to see a close game throughout. It's going to be an incredible just product today, 2 p.m. on ABC with everybody watching. But I like Oklahoma to make the big play late. And I believe in that mental edge. I told you guys that. And I do think it's going to come into factor today. I don't think it's going to mean that OU wins this game 8-0, but what I think it means is that OU is going to come up with the big hits, or they're going to come up with the big defensive play, or they make that one extra play that Texas doesn't to win the softball game. So I've got Oklahoma 7. I've got Texas 6 in this game. I think it's going to be really close. I think it's going to be tough, but this team just always finds a way. We know that by now. They find a way to win, and I think that that's going to happen today. Big time game, man. As big as that Game 1 win is in this tournament and was for OU, you win today, you're really in a good spot. You got to win one of the next 2 to make it to the championship series. If you lose, you got to turn around and play tomorrow. This is a big softball game. Big softball game. Man, you can be really put in a good spot if you can win today, get that day off again tomorrow, and then come back up Monday afternoon. So big game, but that's where OU thrives. The bigger the game, the bigger the stage, it feels like the better they perform. And they got their hated rival, the Texas Longhorns, coming up today in Oklahoma City. I can't wait for it. We'll have live reaction after the game. I'll post the press conferences as well. Ton of content coming your way. Happy Saturday to all of you. Thank you for watching.